Yeah, definitely. We've got beautiful waves on offer, and I think everyone's been saying it. We'll wake up tomorrow, we'll check it, and we'll assess what's on offer.
Live action, great looking wave here for Brisa. Really nice turn from her as she just checks that speed with a snap. And then off the bottom, and again, just engaging that rail, digging in hard into the wall, but making sure she maintains velocity down the line. And a really nice looking wave offering up a section here for Brisa. Again, just jamming that on the rail, releasing so 3/4 of the way through the turn to throw up the spray, pulls that one shorter, and again, trucking down the line still. Another turn from her with a little more whip to it. Relatively similar kind of maneuvers. A great way to start things off.
So Brisa here really locking into some Super Tubes goodness. Leaning on that rail. The equipment looks so good from her, and I love the approach where she never fully extends her body. She's always crouched down, able to really negotiate through those lumps and bumps because she's kind of like a spring. She absorbs all the energy and then is able to pounce at the lip when it presents itself. Going through the motions there. You can see there's that chatter on the face of the wave. You can just tell there's a bit of vibration moving through her board, so she's got to kind of really negotiate a lot of water up the face.
A good number. Meanwhile, live action, hooking under the lip. Tatiana Weston-Webb on the backhand. Let's see how she gets around this section here. If she does, she's got a nice steep wall in front of her. Goes up with a snap in the lip, and again, straight off the bottom. This one hollowing right out. Tatiana, critical turn from her, and she loves it. So great way to reply from Tatiana Weston-Webb.
Let's get another look at it. Look, way overhead for Tati. She holds onto that rail line, scoops under the hood there, almost gets guillotined. She manages to maintain her way around that powerful whitewater, hooks it there. Beautiful maneuver choice there, and then kind of hooks it up again. So, you know, it's so tricky to really meet that lip line, and you almost get pretty much compressed. But Tatiana, this move right here, just staying in that third, bringing it around, staying close to that whitewater section, gives her speed and release. Watch that eye-line as she's figuring out where she's going to place this maneuver, decides to go under the lip, gets a bit of a weightless feeling there. That almost loses that footing. So very impressed with Tatiana. I wonder what the judges are going to make of it.
Great aggression from Tatiana.
She could have got really axed on a lot of those sections, and she just maintained composure and really attacked it. Here's Brisa's answer back.
Another great looking wave for Brisa Hennessy, just controlling that with the grab rail high line, and then hooking on a really steep wall. Brisa looking for a score here to go with her early work of a 7-1-7, and this wave has set up pretty sweetly. So already good quality in this heat, and she's going to need more of that because it's been a strong reply from Tatiana. Brisa Hennessy on and inside now, looking for a section in here. She's looking around a little bit, and she'll see a lip. It goes into a little layback, kind of off the lip maneuver. Really well done from Brisa Hennessy. That wave maybe just relented a little bit towards the back end. She picked a good maneuver and nailed it. And they've had some nice steepness to them, and surfers able to capitalize and turn that into points.
Yeah, they've had really a great read on this lineup and which waves to pick. Cool to see Brisa just winding through these turns. You know, Brisa's she's pretty small in stature when you see her on land, so to see her on a wave that's got this much power in her to just really lean into these maneuvers and give it a lot of oomph is so fun. You know, she came here in 2019 to compete, and I don't think she had the success that she was capable of, so I think she wants to rectify that and really get stuck in here at J-Bay.
Let's see how it pays off with our panel, Rosie.
Yeah, I mean, watching this takeoff, she does have to contend with a lot, then springs to her feet over there. Kind of sets her up to really wind through these turns, though. I didn't mind that she kind of had that downtime. See that board chattering off the bottom there. This is one of the bigger waves that we've seen. She's lucky this one didn't go too far out to sea. We've seen them kind of fatten up, but this thing had a bit of meat on the bone for her to get into. Like you said, she has this maneuver right here. Beautiful swoop under the hood. Very dramatic finish. So 4.84 required. I think she's going to go something similar to that, 7.83. I don't know. This is such a well-surfed wave from Tati, and look well overhead. Cool
Almost
to see these women
disappeared,
charging.
didn't she, under the lip on that final snap. You see, she's pushing pretty hard here, and what that actually does is just puts her where she wants to be in the whitewater to be able to kind of attack from behind on this final section.
Definitely, and you see her feet, like as she's going through those kind of ribs up the face, her feet are kind of like shuffling on the board, not intentionally, so she's got to really regather herself as she gets this final section. very dramatic as those fins disengage and she gets that weightless feeling through that lip line. Definitely going to be the number she needs.
A really strong finish.
Brisa, she's, you know, as we've watched these quarterfinals unfold, I think the high mark has been Steph's 8.33, and she needs to eclipse that kind of number with an 8.59. Let's see if she can do it on this one.
Well, here she goes, another nice looking wave for Hennessy, swooping back on the rail. And she'll just set up there with a little clip, and she's eyeing up a section here. Hennessy goes into a nice snap just underneath the lip. Not as critical as maybe she would have hoped for. There's just a little bit of slopiness to it as this wave pushes down the line, and she tries to kind of snap just to put herself back into the pocket. And it's a little bumpy in here. Let's see what she goes for a finish. It could be important. She pulls into a meaty section. Hennessy completely disappears in a J-Bay cavern. Doesn't find an exit. Another great looking wave for Tatiana Weston-Webb, your heat leader. She's got a spring in her step. The tail's up here. Bang. Hard into the lip. Nice and vertical. Won't get a completion. But the fact that Brisa Hennessy is all the way down the end of the pond. Getting into position here is Hennessy. This looks like a really nice wave for her. Tatiana's asking the question by having a paddle. Here it goes. Hennessy driving off the bottom with loads of speed. First committed turn on the rail. And again off the bottom, pushing it. Just pulling that one short because this section is motoring down the line. Brisa with a load of speed here. And she's going to need to go on the attack. Nice layback jam just underneath the lip. But maybe just lacking that kind of verticality to the surfing relative to that big score she needs in the excellent range thus far. Taken on a lip at the end, arriving a little bit late. Not super convincing.
Linking up, and Brisa right here, utilizing that priority. You see that Tati really pushed the issue, selling her on this first wave, which was a nice looking wave, but she was almost out in front of it a little bit too much the whole way. You know, as you get pushed out to that face, you can only really go to kind of those lateral maneuvers. That right there was my favorite move on that wave from Brisa. I mean, such good surfing, but just not critical in the pocket enough, I think, for the judges to reward it with an excellent score. And then obviously getting a little bit of kilter as we see Tati, second wave of the set, shaping up nicely.
Weston-Webb with a load of speed here. Look at this section for a hard off the bottom. Really nice whipping carve under the lip at speed again. Just dragging that tail and those fins through a really powerful motoring lip. And loads of whitewater here. She'll deal with it pretty well. Tatiana has gone a long way down the point here. She might get another section stand up here. Weston-Webb, another big turn for her. And she's in rhythm on this wave. She's really centered on that board and does really good work. So going close to the excellent range of the first couple of numbers. And it looked like she got the advantage in that exchange as well. Brisa will be disappointed to be unable to finish that way. Great looking matchups for the women's semi-finals. Brisa Hennessy here with just under 40 seconds, looking to get out of combo. Had a really nice looking wave for her. Loads of speed on the entry. She'll set up into a high line and maybe look for... Well, I thought that one was going to go hollow for her there. She'll just bide her time right now and go to the calves. Brisa Hennessy transitioning down the line at J-Bay with absolutely tons of speed. Had a little look at a hollow section. Decides to go around it, off the bottom. Nice carve from her. It's a well-surfed wave. And she's certainly not going to get the score she requires because she does need two of them. And she'll just bring this one in. A quarterfinal finish for Brisa Hennessy. No shame in that at all. She'd have loved to come back for finals day. She just came up against a woman in the form of Tatiana Weston-Webb, who had a slightly better wave selection.
She's going to take this one all the way to point. Sorry, Paul.
Cannot wait to see reflections on a massive day of competition. A huge scoreline for Tatiana Weston-Webb. 17.2. Gets the nod over Brisa Hennessy. We'll see her on finals day. Could be tomorrow.